Welcome to the Haunted Hangover podcast. I'm Louie, and I'm joined by... I was trying to come up with a wrestling name for you for this episode. I was like, Mean Chris. That was going to be terrible.
Yeah, there's no Chris's on this card that we're covering, right?
No. I was like, what? I was like, Chris Canyon, but that's already taken.
That's a guy.
That's
He's
a real
guy. He's dead. R.I.P.
R.I.P. That's a real person. Chris
Benoit, Jericho.
The list. He just came back. Time of this recording.
He did the listing last night on Dynamite.
Oh God, Jericho. What's going on with him? Just
he's jacked.
Let it go,
he's
bro.
Jacked.
Let it go, bro.
For like 60-year-old dude, he's jacked.
He's 55. You know, he's taking that the testosterone enhancement or whatever.
Those like the pills that like Doug Flutie hawks on TV, like those fucking things.
Yeah, grow balls the size of grapefruits. That's it, literally. That's what those
Vince
pills
McMahon
would do.
style.
Vince McMahon, yeah, there you go. Looking nice and bloated and swole. And the subject of taking shit will be definitely coming up a little bit in what we're going to be discussing. Obviously, we're talking wrestling. My second love, maybe third, actually. It would fall below something else. But my third love in life, professional wrestling. I will be honest. I've slacked. I have not covered a Halloween Havoc episode in 2 years on the show. 2 years it's been since the last time I did this. And I didn't even realize it. I thought it was like a year. And then I went back and looked. 2 whole years.
What was the last one?
Mike from Whiskey Morgue joined me, and I believe we covered 97. That was the monster truck one. Remember that one?
Yeah. Yes.
With Hulk
I have
Hogan.
like real vivid
no, not
memories of
97.
that. Like
not. We covered 97.
We covered 97.
This was 95.
The monster truck one was definitely like 95, 96.
I think it was 95. Yeah, that was the last one we covered because we're not doing these in order. We've been kind of bouncing all over the place. I think we covered 90 or 91, the Chambers of Horrors match with Abdullah the Butcher exploding on the electric chair. We covered the
92 one.
Well, we didn't cover 92. We didn't cover 90. I'm talking about the ones we've covered. You and I covered 97.
Yes.
And that's the Rey Mysterio, the famous Rey Mysterio Eddie Guerrero match.
The purple match,
the purple, where he's dressed like the Phantom, which I think that's like what everyone remembers about that one. And then,
one of the best matches of all time.
Well, yes, of course. Look who's in the ring. Yeah. And then Mike Whiskey Morgue and I 2 years ago covered 95, which is I believe when Hogan and is it the Giant? Was it not Al Snow? Paul White.
Paul White. Big Show. Yeah,
Big Show. Where they had like the whole monster truck deal. Mm-hmm. And then I think it's the Giant falls off of the building. If I remember.
Yeah, that's like peak like NWO, WCW.
No NWO.
Stuff.
Hogan was still, I believe. No, Hogan was still orange and yellow. Brother.
Oh, right. So the 96 was the year, the Bash at the Beach that year later. Yeah,
96
right,
was NWO. Yeah. 95 was the year before he turned for life. That didn't happen yet, man. He was
still red and yellow.
He wasn't the third man yet. That didn't happen yet. But yeah, 2 years. Haven't done a Halloween Havoc.
We're back.
We're back doing it. Chris is here with me. I mean, look, he just referenced Bash at the Beach.
Definitely, I'd say pro wrestling's one of my top 3 loves of life. I was honestly, and I'm sure I said it last time, I was always a WCW kid growing up too.
Which is, I
loved both, right? Like, but I always, until like the peak of the Attitude Era, I was a WCW kid.
Damn.
Until WWF started like the cool Attitude Era shit. Like, obviously, like, I remember, just like on a tangent, the first WWF pay-per-view that I remember watching was SummerSlam 97 or 98. Whichever one was Highway to Hell, and the poster was Austin and Undertaker like beating each other up with skyscrapers. That was when I got like into WWF. Before that, it was all WCW.
Yeah, because that was before the Shawn Michaels Austin match. That was 98, right?
No, it was after.
Was it
Michaels
right
was
after?
gone at that point.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
it was
you're right.
That it was the Mania. That Mania
Was that after he lost? That's when he lost his smile.
And, yeah. And then '98 was that was Austin won at Mania, and then that SummerSlam was him and Taker.
Wait, you sure '98 wasn't Austin and Shawn Michaels? With
Not
Mike
SummerSlam,
Tyson?
the Mania.
No, I'm
Mania
talking about
was
Mania.
first.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
Mania.
Mania
Okay,
was
gotcha,
first, and then
gotcha.
SummerSlam after. Yeah,
Gotcha. We are not fact checking right now. We would not say we're not.
we could be completely talking out of our asses.
We probably are talking about out of our asses completely. I could have sworn '98 was Austin. Well, Mania, Austin. Shawn Michaels,
that makes sense. Yeah,
and then Mike Tyson.
Later that year, Undertaker would have been. It would have been after. So March, April would have been Mania. Mm-hmm. SummerSlam would have been July, August.
Yeah, man, Stone Cold was the man. He'll be coming up again when we dive into.
He will into this episode.
When we dive into this.
Well,
pay-per-view.
Steve Austin will be coming up again, not Stone Cold.
Stunning Steve Austin of the Hollywood Blondes. Get it right, man. But yeah, 2 years. Haven't talked about a Halloween Havoc, which was one of the things that I started Haunted Hangover was to revisit these Halloween Havoc pay-per-views. It's really the only time outside of the occasional mention where we can mention like or even talk about wrestling on the show because it's a Halloween event. Go back. There's 3 of these. We talk about why we love the events. I did one with Dave. I did one with you. I did one with a guest with Mike Whiskey Morg. And we just talked about how Halloween Havoc was great. It was just the melding of 2 of my favorite things, the spooky season and wrestling. And a lot of times, WCW went all out for these pay-per-views. Some more than others, I will admit. There's some where they did a little they skimped. They did skimp, but there was more times where it was like the gimmick. It was Halloween was part of the gimmick of the pay-per-view. Yeah. And I'd say this one that we're about to jump into is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Because there's some previous, before this and even after this, where they kind of go over the top with the Halloween stuff. This is kind of a decent middle ground.
It's like an accessible Halloween thing for mainstream.
No, of course. But just like, again, Halloween, wrestling, match made in heaven. Can't beat it. Little Louie was just... gleeful just watching this, smiling from ear to ear, watching any Halloween Havoc.
Right? 93?
93. I don't think I watched this one later in life. I did not catch this one live.
Sure. I don't remember watching it live.
No. This one I watched later in life. I think the first one I saw live was like late 97 maybe. It might have been like Hogan was already NWO Hogan by the time I got to it. So the last couple in reality is the ones, because I think it ended in 2000, so WCW was done, right?
Doesn't WWE do it with like their NXT brand?
Which I was all about, man. We'll probably
but I think like they haven't done it well in a while.
I not to dive into the newer ones because I could see us covering one year. I
do remember like one of the first ones being legit.
Well, they had like a graveyard and zombies. I mean, they had what's her name? Shotzi was like a horror host. Don't want to dive into it too much.
I think this year now that they got little Danhausen, I think they'll do a sick Halloween Havoc.
Little Danhausen is going to be the host of Halloween Havoc. Yeah, and then sometimes it's like a TV special. Sometimes it's a pay-per-view. Yeah. I prefer when it's a pay-per-view or a special event or whatever the hell they're called. What do they call premium live event?
PLE. Yes, I'm never gonna call it a PLE.
I still call them pay-per-views. I still call them. Yeah. They're not even pay-per-views.
I will never. It's like when they rename the Triborough Bridge the RFK Bridge. I'm never fucking calling it that.
I will never call like. It's either the name
WrestleMania is a pay-per-view. It's not a PLE or fuck that shit.
I don't even think it's available on pay-per-view. You know that, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can get
But AEW still does pay-per-views. Like even though their stuff is on streaming, they call them pay-per-views.
Yeah, no. AEW you can still like pay to view it.
Yeah.
So it's still a pay-per-view. But back in the day, they were all pay-per-views, especially in 1993. And on that note, let's revisit WCW Halloween Havoc 1993.
Terror will rule the ring as World Championship Wrestling presents Halloween Havoc 93. What dangers will the wheel reveal when Cactus Jack spins for revenge against Vader? Oh, the horror of it all. Spin the wheel! Live at Halloween Havoc 93. Sunday, October 24th, 7 p.m. Eastern, only on pay-per-view.
So WCW Halloween Havoc 1993 aired October 24th, 1993, obviously. Couple days shy of the big day. Always perfect timing. New Orleans, Louisiana was the location of the event. And it was at the Lakefront Arena. Getting all the boring stuff out of the way at the top here, Chris. Just getting all the logistical, all the details. I've never been to Lakefront Arena, but I have been to New Orleans. I don't even know if I think this venue's still around. I don't know.
Maybe it's called something else now.
No, I think I Googled it. It's still the Lakefront Arena, I believe. I think, I'm assuming a basketball team of some sort plays there. Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows? Okay. To dive into kind of the Halloween aspects of this pay-per-view, I will say in recent memory, again, I haven't covered one of these in 2 years. So these are the only times I revisit these pay-per-views in a whole, like the entire, like 2.5, 3 hours or whatever it is. It has like a fantastic intro.
Yeah.
I'm talking top tier introductions to the pay-per-view.
It is the like such a great Halloween intro.
Yes.
It's top tier.
It feels like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode.
Yes. Yeah. It very much does. I mean, it features kids. It's creepy. It very much feels like if you were a kid watching this shit live, you'd probably be scared.
Who was running WCW in 93? It wasn't Ted Turner yet, because that was a little later, I believe. Or was it? It might have been.
I think Turner was there.
Was he?
Right? 93?
Well, whoever was... It wasn't Bischoff running the show yet. He's there, but he wasn't running the show. But whoever was running it blew their load on the production of this intro, because it is A++. So, we've got 4 trick-or-treaters. One dressed up as Dracula. One dressed up as Frankenstein. There's some weird witch little girl with a bat on her head wearing purple. Not exactly sure what's going on there. She doesn't look like a standard witch. She's got like this weird bat thing on her head, and it's like a headdress. And then we've got a random little stinger, which is bizarre too.
It's weird because it doesn't look like an actual Sting face. Like, I get that it is Sting face paint, right? Because you get it from the shape and everything. And he was still Surfer Sting at this point, but it doesn't look like Sting face paint. Like, it looks like a knockoff, which maybe that's what they were going for.
It looked enough like Sting that I picked. Right, he's also wearing a Sting t-shirt, which helps. Like, he's got like the Sting shirt on. Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny.
It wasn't as good as your Sting costume, I'll say that.
Well, I was not Surfer Sting. I was Crow Sting last Halloween. But just weird to throw in. I know, I get it. Sting was huge in the early 90s. Like, for
kids especially.
The little stingers.
Yeah.
Like, so... I get why they stuck him in there, but they stuck him in there with 3 like horror characters.
Yeah.
Interesting choice of all the wrestlers. But if you think about it, even watching this pay-per-view, what wrestler would have gravitated towards a 7-year-old? Sting.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
absolutely.
Basically it. He's the only one. He was the Hogan brother in 93 before Hogan jumped ship and joined WCW. So it really made... Kids weren't rooting for Ric Flair. You know what I mean? Like, kids weren't rooting for him. Like, Vader was scary.
He was the accessible kid gimmick, right?
Yeah,
that was the one.
Yeah. He was the one that looked the most like a cartoon come to life.
Yeah.
Come on. He teamed up with RoboCop at one point.
He fucking did.
So, you know, it makes the most sense that out of all the characters in this intro with children, Sting has representation.
Yeah.
So the Dracula kid wants to pick the next house to go trick-or-treating. But the witch, she's not having that. She wants to get home because Halloween Havoc is about to start. There's a narrative.
It's in real time, I guess, yes. Like of what's happening.
There is. I love the effort. There was a script written for this intro. The Frankenstein kid tells the Dracula kid he better pick a house or pick a good house because the last one gave them Christmas's fruitcake from the previous year.
Yeah,
that was a bizarre addition to that was a weird line of dialogue, whatever. So the Dracula kid picks the scariest house on the block. It's a mansion complete with thunder, lightning, fog,
everything. When
they ring the bell, a scream is heard. And you know who answers? You know who answers the door, looking all creepy? Our boy Tony Schiavone. Nothing screams Halloween like Tony Schiavone.
A young Tony Schiavone.
Well, yeah, he was like, I don't know, probably like 30 years old here.
Yeah, I looked it up. He's 68 now. So in 93, he was what? 33?
Yeah, very young. And they did try to make him creepy. I think they painted his face like pale or something like that.
Yeah.
So Tony Schiavone answers. He's all spooky. He's telling them his wife is baking in the oven because he mentions cookies. He's teleporting.
He says my wife is baking cookies in the oven.
He's being all creepy. He ends up like he's right next to them. Then he ends up on the top of the steps, like inside the four of the house. He's
great,
bouncing
like,
all
grand
around.
Staircase. Yeah. Cool interior of the house. Very creepy interior.
Again, spared no expense for this intro. So the kids, they want to be scared. That's all they want. They want to be scared. They walk into as this creepy guy. They know Tony Schiavone, so it's like, oh, he's not a stranger. We see him on Nitro or whatever.
On WCW, yeah.
Well, Nitro wasn't a thing yet, right? Yeah, that was later. But nonetheless, they see him on WCW. So they're like, oh, it's Tony Schiavone. So they go into the house. They're not scared. They want to see something scary. He removes his face and reveals this bat creature monster thing. He transforms. Basically, the Tony Schiavone face was a mask, and the creature thing
monster
is his real face. Great looking effect.
A very, very well done effect. Like, I don't, and wholly original too, because like I've never seen it ever before, or like ever, because you know, like in some of these things, like they'll repaint like an existing monster mask or something like that. It's its own thing. Like it's its own design that is just there in the WCW Halloween Havoc intro, right? Like, and it's super cool, super well done.
I mean, it's fuzzy. It looks like a bat mutant thing. I was surprised. I was like, wow, I don't remember this.
The only thing I could compare it to is the monsters in the Tales from the Dark Side movie. Similar. But even it doesn't quite look like that, right? It's still its own thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It didn't ring any bells when I saw it. I was like, oh shit, I don't remember him turning into a monster and it looking this good for literally 3 seconds of an intro.
Yeah. It's the end of the intro. It's the you know, the quick like punch at the end, and that's it.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, like you can go home from here. You can shut it off if you want.
Right?
Like listeners,
all downhill.
If you're a Haunted Hangover listener and don't like wrestling, watch this intro. Shut it down afterwards if you really want. Turn it off if you have no interest in the spin the wheel, make the deal match happening later on. You can stop it right after this intro.
If you're not into big meaty men slapping meat, turn it off.
If you don't want that big meat, you can shut it out. You can shut it off after Tony Schiavone removes his face, revealing a fucking bat monster creature. So good. I forgot about this. I've seen this pay-per-view before and completely forgot about this intro. And I was like, this is just next level Halloween vibes. Again, it feels like a Goosebumps episode. It feels like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. It feels like a Monsters episode. It feels like a Tales from the Dark Side episode. Just, that had to have been an inspiration, 93, around that time. Just great early 90s Halloween vibes with this opening of the pay-per-view. Now, before we get into the matches, we've got some other Halloween goodness to hit here. Usually for the Halloween Havoc pay-per-views, the announcers dress up And sometimes the wrestlers do. The wrestlers can be hit and miss. Some do, some don't. So the big selling point for this pay-per-view was Vader, Big Van Vader. It's Vader time. He wasn't doing that yet.
Boy Meets World legend.
He wasn't
Vader.
doing It's Vader time yet. No, not yet.
No, he had like just come from Japan.
He was like a monster,
maybe
still.
a year ago.
Yeah.
A year prior.
So you had Vader versus Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Mick Foley. And the whole situation was they were going to spin the wheel, which there's a wheel. And I'm going to get into the kind of the entranceway that they have the setup. But there's a wheel you spin, and whatever that lands on, and don't say what the match is because we're going to go in order when that pops up, but you spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, that is the stipulation of the match.
Yeah. The wheel decides your fate.
So when you watch this live, you had no idea what kind of crazy, insane match Vader and Cactus Jack were going to have. So that's the
WCW Heavyweight Championship.
Which I did get confused with, and you might be able to help me when we get to that.
We got to clarify some things.
Yeah, you might be able to help me with that because that's one thing that kind of threw me off. So the stage has said wheel. Fantastic. It's great. The wheel has horns. There's a jack-o'-lantern lit up in the sky. It's like the moon, but you see a pumpkin's face in it, which they've done before. I know for a fact, I've mentioned this in previous Halloween Havocs, where they put like a jack-o'-lantern into the moon and put it up high above the entranceway. There's this funky-looking Tim Burton tree with horns and what looks
wild design. Yeah,
it almost looks like one of those wavy inflatable tube men, but like static
kind of.
and like tilted to the side, hands out, evil face, horns. Great stuff. There's a graveyard. You got
the graveyard.
No Halloween Havoc set entranceway is complete without a graveyard, which does come into play later.
Previous year, the 1992 year, we were talking about WCW ownership. That was when Bill Watts was in charge of WCW, and he did away with the graveyard for like 91, 92. So this was the first year that it had come back in a couple of years.
And you got to have that Elvis Lives headstone that you see about 5 times.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the first
point. They make a point to show that one.
I feel like they've done the Elvis Lives tombstone a couple times in like later Halloween Havocs. Tons of fog, 2 giant snakes below the wheel on the stage. One of the best stage. I think the wheel itself, and the wheel was only used for one match. I almost wish they would have every match would have used the wheel, because that would have been a great pay-per-view gimmick, but I guess it would have been too much for like a wrestler to come out, spin it, and then continue on to their match then figure it out.
We know that the matches are all like predetermined, even the stipulations.
Obviously.
But like it would have been cool to have it play a few more times.
I think the match that Foley or Cactus Jack and Vader have, that was genuine because of where they placed it to find out what kind of match they were going to have.
Right.
I think they really spun it.
I don't know. I rewound it a few times and went both ways on it. And I feel like it's predetermined, but also like in some of the other stuff that I've read, maybe not.
There was a lot of time between Vader spinning it and then the match. There was like 4 matches in between, so they could have had enough time to prepare the match.
Right. Yeah.
Before it happened, since it was the main event. Anyway, we'll get to that match in a second. The costumes I mentioned before. You've got Eric Bischoff dressed as a general, a soldier,
Confederate
soldier. It's like a beige, and they cut to him a lot, and he just looks like a goofball.
He's just the backstage interview guy.
This is not the Eric Bischoff we learned about years later. The conniving.
No. This is a geek. This is a complete geek.
The best costume, Tony Schiavone dressed up as Jesse the Body Ventura,
who is his commentary partner.
Yes, who I'm going to get to him in a second, because he also was dressed up when he shows up. Yeah, So Eric Bischoff does the backstage interviews. Tony Schiavone, who we mentioned in the wonderful intro there, is one part of he's the play-by-play technically.
He's the play-by-play.
Yeah, and then the other commentator, Jesse the Body Ventura, is the color commentator.
Right.
He's the guy that kind of just talks shit. He's the heel commentator. So Jesse the Body Ventura is dressed up, and this is what he says. I wrote it down here. He is Bourbon Street's #1 gynecologist.
Yeah.
And he's wearing basically a scary rubber doctor mask. And while they're kind of introducing the pay-per-view, Jesse Ventura pulls out a thermometer. He pulls a thermometer out of Tony Schiavone's ass.
Yeah, wild.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Does Tony Schiavone no sell it, or does he act like it really got pulled?
It was weird because I don't know that Schiavone necessarily knew that it was going to happen, but he pulls it out and he's like, "You're hot, Schiavone," or something like that. He says something weird about it. He's like, "Oh, you're real hot, Schiavone," and you can tell Tony was kind of taken off guard a little bit, and that's one of the things I have in my notes as we go is I don't know that they had a script for commentary because they are all over the place.
Jesse Ventura said whatever he wanted. I think they let him say.
He makes gay jokes and shit at one point.
Well, it was 93, so it was a very different world at that time. Yeah. So, I mean, I think to this day they don't really they brought him back recently, and I think they kind of.
I don't think he had a script when he was on WWE's was it Saturday Night's Main Event?
Because I think they just let him say whatever, and he does say some crazy shit that.
Yeah,
I'm guessing he shouldn't be saying in 2026.
Even 93, you're giving him the pass.
93 was a very different world compared to today. So they wouldn't never let him say half the stuff. They wouldn't let any commentator say that. I mean, even in the mid to late 90s, Jerry the King Lawler said some crazy perverted shit on commentary in the late 90s. So yeah, just different world altogether. So yeah, that's his costume. He's wearing, again, it's a rubber doctor mask. He takes it off. He wears his costume for a total of 3 seconds.
Yeah.
When he's introduced. One more thing. Michael Buffer was doing the announcing. Now, he did WCW's announcing for all the pay-per-views, if I remember correctly, right?
I think, maybe not all the way till the end, but definitely for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, towards the end there, WCW was dying a very slow death.
Vince Russo was probably doing the ring announcing at that point.
So this card has 8 matches, not a bad number. And match number 1, here we go.
Curtain jerker.
This is a curtain jerker. If I've ever seen one, that's the epitome, the definition of a curtain jerker. We've got Harlem Heat and the Equalizer versus Ice Train, the Shockmaster, and Charlie Norris. Now, before we get into the match, briefly here, Harlem Heat, we got Booker T,
Hall of Fame team,
and he's a 2-time Hall of Fame, 5-time WCW champion. Booker T. Everyone loves Booker T.
No. Not Booker T. Not Stevie Ray.
Who is he?
They are Harlem Heat, Cole, and Kane.
I don't even remember that
I
being
have
their names.
no memory of that. What the fuck is that?
That must have been very short-lived because
it's wild that there was a dude named Kane. He was named Kane, and then there's Kane.
Yeah, but Kane, he came 3 or 4 years later.
Yeah, but still, it's crazy to think there was a Kane in Red Flames before Kane in Red Flames.
I don't understand, why they changed their names back, because later on, I believe he was Booker T. I mean,
of course.
I mean, he was GI Bro at one point, so he had a couple different
again
gimmicks.
The late WCW.
Yes, he was GI. Listen, I thought GI Bro was kind of cool.
It was a fucking stupidest. That whole group, the Misfits in Action, was the stupidest fucking thing.
You didn't like GI Bro?
Major Guns. Remember Major Guns?
Fucking horrible. Dude, what were they? I think WCW, it was like obviously shit names, shit gimmicks. They got really hot there. And then went back to shit names,
exactly.
shit gimmicks. I don't know what happened. It's like there's like a good 3 or 4 years of WCW there in the middle of like a shit gimmick sandwich. There were some bangers, obviously, but
in Action. The other dude was named Hugh G. Rection. That was his name, Colonel Hugh G. Rection.
Colonel Hugh G. Rection. Oh man. That was Vince Russo,
Cole
right? That
and
had to
Kane.
be,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that was definitely. That was toward the end. That was the last couple of years.
I think that should be your wrestling.
That's it. I'm going.
Hugh G.
We're gonna re-record the entire intro after this. Haunted Hangover with Louis and Hugh G. Rection.
From parts unknown, Hugh G. Rection. But yeah. Funny enough, Ice Train, Shockmaster, and Charlie Norris win this match. I do want to say two things. Shockmaster, Typhoon.
That is like the Shockmaster.
That's
like
the one that tripped. The infamous.
The most infamous moments in WCW history was that dude's debut. And he debuted in that stupid, like, fucking glittered Stormtrooper mask.
Yeah, and busted. And then he kept the gimmick, obviously.
Kind of, because he's like a construction worker.
It's a very different one.
It's a weird gimmick.
Well, after this, he ended up the Natural Disasters when he left and went to WWF. Him and Earthquake, Typhoon and Earthquake,
and Earthquake,
which was a much better tag team and gimmick.
100%.
I mean, they were awesome. So the Shockmaster went on to do way better things after this, and unfortunately, yes, he's most known for that. But I think most people remember him for Typhoon, like. Natural Disasters were great. So, like, you know.
I think the Shockmaster moment is for the Shockmaster, right? Like, that's what it's known for. It's known for that flop, not as much him flopping in that moment.
I'm just surprised he kept that name.
Yeah.
In 93.
Yeah, but again, it's like, it's a weird, like, change, because he was dressed as like I said, like the Stormtrooper mask, and now he's dressed like a fucking construction worker for some reason.
Yeah, that doesn't scream shock. I mean, if we're being fair, the Stormtrooper glittery helmet was kind of fucking stupid too. I don't get what they were going for there. The second thing I want to mention about this match, dude, Ice Train, my man was over. What the
he was. I
don't remember him.
I have no idea who this fucking guy is.
Dude, the audience at one point was going, choo choo.
Yeah.
Choo choo. I was like, what? Ice Train forgot he existed, if I'm being honest. I was like, my man, like they were into Ice Train. He was jerking the curtain, but listen, them choo-choos were loud. You could hear them.
The crowd was super hot for this guy. They were popping big time for him.
Even I'm like, all right, Ice Train. There was nothing about him in this match that stood out to me. I guess he was like the most swagged out of the whole group. But then you got Booker T in there. You got Harlem Heat in there. Which is
passed
like,
away.
Yeah, I know he died. He was relatively young too.
2024 he died. Yeah, he was only 58.
Yeah,
that's one of those things that, like, as you go back to these,
a lot of them are gone.
Early night, you can count, like, there's more guys in it dead than there is alive.
I mean, I think Charlie Norris is gone too.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember him at all until rewatching this. I was like, Charlie Norris.
I thought it was Tatanka for a second.
Nah. Don't you ever slander the Tatanka by comparing him to Charlie Norris. And the Equalizer too, who I know was somebody else eventually, but I forget off the top of my head. But yeah, Ice Train was super over, and he's in the ring with a guy who went on to have like a huge career, who gets like barely a reaction in '93 with Booker T or Kane or whatever the hell his name was. They were pretty
new at that point.
They were
Booker
very
T,
new,
like he was. I don't even think he was 30 years old yet. He was a newbie. Like he was a new wrestler.
Listen, GI Bro. He went on to bigger and better things later on.
King Booker
with the pinky. Queen Charmel. So Ice Train, the Shockmaster, and Charlie Norris win this match. whatever. Moving
There's
on.
a weird end to it too. Like after the bell, the two of them, Equalizer and Charlie Norris. No, what? Fucking two. I don't even know which two of them. Two of them beef in the middle of the ring, like after the bell, and you can tell it was kind of because like I don't know that they heard the cue go off, and they're just like punching each other back and forth. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, dude, get out of the ring. It's over. Keep moving.
Nah, dude, they needed to stay in there. They needed to get their shit in. They needed to continue on with the match. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was cool to see Harlem Heat in its like infancy. So I was like, all right, cool. Match number 2. This is where things pick up a bit. We've got Mr. Wonderful, Porn Orndorff. I can never.
Orndorff.
I could never pronounce Paul Orndorff. Right?
Orndorff, yeah.
Mr. Wonderful. Sticking with that. Versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Come on now.
It wasn't supposed to be Paul Orndorff and Ricky the Dragon. They say it in the beginning that it was supposed to be Yoshi Kwan versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in like a martial arts competition. But Yoshi Kwan got injured legit and like busted his knee and was out of the match. So they replaced him with Paul Orndorff. And Yoshi Kwan just was never seen in WCW again. That was it. It was like the end of his WCW career. He went out without a final match or anything. Yeah, he's just gone.
Paul Orndorff took over. I do want to point out too that Paul, Mr. Wonderful, on his corner, he's got the masked assassin.
He does.
On his corner. There's a couple things that stand out to me in this match. Jesse Ventura says that Ricky Steamboat is a dragon year-round, not just on Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was amused by that. I will say this too. Ricky Steamboat, dude, still some of the best chops, man. This was a great match. Super technical.
He just rips. He's so good.
I know. He was splitting the fingers like ahead of his time, I would say.
When he's fucking ripping the hands. And then it stinks because, you know, like Paul Orndorff has like muscular dystrophy or something.
Yeah.
And you see now like his obviously Ricky didn't do that to him, but it's like sucks to see him like getting his which was probably pretty fucking painful for him.
100%. I mean, yeah, just overall, you know, when you always hear people say like, you know, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's like one of the best. And whenever you go back and even watch a match like this, that isn't, I wouldn't say like people are like, oh man, remember that Paul Orndorff, Ricky Steamboat match from '93 Halloween Havoc. As far as I know, as a wrestling fan, like you watch this match and you just see why he was the man. Like, dude, I'll never forget him wrestling Chris Jericho. He was like 55 years older.
2015 or something.
And he was nasty still.
Yo, he was hitting him with the fucking chops. And
dude, his chops, one of the best chops. Yeah. One of the best.
Legit.
One of the best chops. This match, unfortunately, though, Paul Orndorff wins for some reason. I don't know why. Why did they make it? I'm guessing the Japanese dude was supposed to win originally.
Yeah, right. Steamboat gets headbutted by the masked assassin dude and then like loses by like fucking count out. It's terrible.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like outside interference from the assassin specifically. And I think if I remember correctly, he headbutts Ricky Steamboat because he like loads his mask with a plate.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that's how like Ricky Steamboat gets counted out. So he doesn't get pinned.
Yeah, he gets knocked out, right?
He gets knocked out and, you know, the ref counts and that's a shit ending, basically. Pure shit. Ending. Pure shit ending. Still a pretty solid match, though. I enjoyed the Mr. Wonderful Dragon match, even though Ricky Steamboat lost. All right, match number 3. We're getting spicier here too.
I fucking hate this.
Really? So, hold on.
Go ahead. I'll tell you why I hate it.
So we've got the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, versus the champ, Lord Steven Regal. They're calling this the Battle of Britain. Yeah. This is for the television title. Right? So there's a belt on the line, the television title, which was a WCW thing. That was like a big belt that they always kind of promoted. I think Raven got it. Remember when Goldberg, was it Goldberg that beat him or was that the US belt? I don't remember.
I think that was the TV title.
Was it the TV title? I remember Goldberg beat Raven for that.
Lance Storm had the TV title at one point. He renamed it the Saskatchewan Hardcore International title, which stood for the shit title.
So stupid. But yeah, so British Bulldog, Steven Regal, William Regal, Lord Regal.
Two all-timers, two absolute all-timers.
Two of the best. I do like that Regal's entire gimmick never changed until he retired. He's still
His
disgusted.
name changed a little bit. He was William. He was Steven.
Yeah. I mean, remember when he was like that other like logger guy?
Yeah, he's a man.
Yes, what was the name of that stupid gimmick?
He was Manly Man Steven Regal.
Manly Man.
That was when like Vince McMahon liked to embarrass dudes. Like
that was when they would come from WCW.
They would come back.
WWF.
Yeah, they would come back, and he would embarrass them. Yeah.
But yeah, Regal is disgusted by the British Bulldog the entire match. He's calling him greasy. He's like, "Oh, you're all oiled up."
Yo, he's bright red too. Bulldog,
yes,
bright red.
I do want to say, my man was looking yoked.
Yo, he's huge. He's huge. He's like a fucking brick shit house.
My dude is looking like made of cement.
Yeah, but you could tell his roids. You could tell.
Dude, he looked like he was about to explode. His head was about to explode.
Yo, I said he's bright red the second the match starts. He's gassed up.
But he's fucking flipping.
Yeah.
And he's agile as hell. Like the British Bulldog was like the man. Like
he was fucking legit.
Yeah, like he was juiced to the gills, but he was still wrestling like, and then
his power slam is unlike anybody's to this day still.
So good. Why did you hate this match?
So I know that was the rule with the TV championship was 15-minute matches. That was the rule. Always. You're not on fucking TV. It's a pay-per-view. I fucking hate draws. I hate draws in wrestling. Give me a fucking ending. I hate that shit.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was bad booking that they booked a shit finish, the Ricky Steamboat match with Paul Orndorff.
And then a draw right after that.
And then a draw. It kills the crowd.
It kills the crowd. I hate that shit. I mean, granted, I will give them credit. Like they did try to do like a tense finish, right? Because Bulldog got in there for the last second and then couldn't get the pin. But yo, it's fucking pay-per-view. It's not regular television. Get rid of that fucking stupid rule and give me a winner.
Yeah, weird. Very weird. Just kind of to do those they should have put something else in. They should have put the next thing in between, which is an intermission, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, British Bulldog gets the 3 count at the last second, too close, doesn't win the match. Regal keeps the television title. The one thing I took away from this match is how ginormous the British Bulldog was.
Yeah, me too. I could not stop looking at the dude.
My man's swollen.
Fucking ripped. Yeah, ripped up.
So here we get back to the Spooky Dookies with a little intermission. Vader comes out, and he's with brain fart Harley Race.
Yeah,
so
that
Vader,
was his guy.
Yeah, Harley Race was his dude. That was his manager at the time. Vader comes out, and he's going to spin the wheel and make the deal, like we said earlier, that we don't know if it was predetermined or I think it might have been legit, whatever they landed on. Vader comes out on stage, spins the wheel, the glorious wheel. I'll say it again. It just looks fantastic. You have to see pictures of it. This fucking wheel, before it hits they're going, the type of stipulation, this shit erupts in fireworks. It's kind of sick when you look at it. Like you just got big ass Vader there looking confused. My man looks like they didn't warn him. Like if you look at Vader,
yo, he's a huge dude too, and that wheel is like twice his size. It's fucking huge.
So the thing I love about Halloween Havoc is that, okay, we love Halloween. You know Vader in 1993 gave
Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck.
Half these guys saw Halloween as this dumb shit. So
this is kid bullshit.
Not even, and he's a wrestler, which is what's hilarious because that's for kids too. But the funny thing is, you got this big tough guy, Vader, right out there to spin this fucking ridiculous spooky wheel with Harley Race, another equally as like intimidating, notoriously like tough guy, dangerous dude, on this stage, fully decked out for Halloween with like all these props for Halloween. When he spins the wheel, if you look at them, they're just kind of awkwardly.
They're just standing there like waiting for it to happen.
They're just awkwardly standing there waiting for this thing to stop on the stipulation. And like all this fucking fireworks and shit is just erupting from the wheel.
I will say, I wish they would have done like while the wheel was spinning, like some lights, some music. That's what contributes to the awkwardness. Is there's nothing. The wheel is just spinning, and the dudes are just standing there. There's no like music going on, like no flashing, like Price is Right kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's it. All you hear is the wheel.
Yeah.
There should have been a little bit more of like a spooky dooky kind of like ambiance to it, right? I think that would have helped. It would have helped Vader not be as awkward.
But I just love how there's like the visual of them standing there, and then like the camera does cut to like a close up of like the option or whatever that's gonna pop up. So the wheel stops and it lands on a Texas death match, and if you don't know what a Texas death match is, basically throw all the rules out the window. If you do make so the way you win a Texas death match is your partner, your challenger, whoever is going to lose, the way you lose the match is you have to hit the floor, not get up, count to 10. You have to count to 10 to get up. If you don't make the 10, you lose. That's how you lose a Texas death match, or that's how you win. Your opponent doesn't get up at the count of 10. Now, the one thing they do here, and sometimes they eliminate this rule depending on, I feel like I've seen Texas death matches where they don't do this. If you pin your opponent during the match, you get like a 30-second break.
Like a bonus, yeah, like a bonus break, yeah.
Which is also awkward because when we get to the match, there's a bunch of like weird pauses in it. But we'll get there in a few minutes. Match number 4. Here it is. Here we go.
We've got more legends.
Dude, you see how many fucking legends are in this fucking match? Like in this pay-per-view to watch it.
Is stacked with dudes.
We mentioned them earlier. We've got stunning Steve Austin, Hollywood Blondes era.
At 253 1/4 pounds, according to Michael Buffer.
You know what
which
that
is in my
1/4
notes
is?
because it's an incredibly specific weight.
You know what the 1/4 is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, stunning Steve Austin versus the natural Dustin Rhodes. Sorry. Dustin. Gold Dust.
The least popular Rhodes person ever.
Listen.
Always chasing baby brother's shadow.
Damn, you trying to tell me the adrenaline's not running through his?
Whoa!
How does the song go?
That's right. Whoa!
Or adrenaline in his soul.
In my soul.
There you go, something like that. Some nonsense.
Cody Rhodes.
Damn. All right. Damn. You're trying to tell me Goldust wasn't over, man? He definitely was.
No, maybe he was. He definitely was.
The natural. He's back to being the natural Dustin Rhodes these days in AEW, but I like Dustin Rhodes. Don't hate on Dustin.
I was always a Goldust guy. I thought Goldust was fucking.
Come on,
hilarious.
You don't like him humping Razor Ramon and shit, and Razor being shook and running away from him. So yeah, Dustin Rhodes is the United States champion here, so he's got a belt as well. Fun back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It was just great to see Steve Austin using his knees again. It's been, I'm so used to the Stone Cold Steve Austin version where his neck and his knees were shot for like 5 years.
This is like, he was coming off of, he still was at the time, Hollywood Blondes, we said, right? Like, he was kind of a tag team guy at this point.
Yeah, we're Brian Pillman.
Coming into this like singles match.
I will say this too. And I feel like I've said this in the show before, dude. The Hollywood blonde theme, the music, some of the toughest, like
that's
dude. Go on YouTube right now.
It's not as good as the Glass Shatter, obviously, but Stone Cold's never had bad music. Yeah,
it's a different beast. But like the Hollywood Blondes theme, just hard. That shit is hard all the way. So good. Like when they would both come out.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm doing a terrible impression of it, but it was so tough. Shit was so good. A fun back and forth. I wouldn't say this was like a mind-blowing match.
Yeah, it's a fine. It'd be like a main event of a SmackDown kind of thing, like a TV match.
Great comparison. Steve Austin tries to cheat by using his feet on the ropes. Like he tries to use the ropes for like leverage and push down on Dustin. It backfires. He slams Dustin in the head with the belt. We get some color.
Rolled up, and that's it.
That's it. But his cheating assisted Dustin Rhodes into winning, and he keeps his belt.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a very paint by numbers match, but it was just fun to see the two of them together again. Like just seeing Dustin Rhodes and Steve Austin as babies, literally, as like children. They're so young in this match, but it was great. Match number 5. Got some
Here's another
some
fun
veterans.
One.
Got some veterans in this. We've got
one of these guys is currently on TNA Wrestling on TV.
We've got the Nasty Boys with Missy Hyatt. Can't forget her. Versus respectfully. She was looking a little who did she remind me of? She reminded me of what's her face? Just mentioned her the other day with Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus. Yeah. She was looking a little like her here with that little short haircut. And that's what she reminded me of. I don't know why. But yes, Nasty Boys with Missy Hyatt versus Marcus Bagwell. Eventually,
Marcus Alexander Bagwell
would go on eventually to be Buff Bagwell.
Buff the stuff.
Buff the stuff. And Too Cold Scorpio. They're the tag team champs.
They are the tag team champions. So, interesting piece of trivia here. This is back when WCW used to tape like months and months of TV at a time, right? They used to be at Disney, actually, in Florida.
Yes.
In Orlando. And they would tape months of TV at a time. By the time the episode aired, so this was a pay-per-view on a Sunday night, the Saturday night before this was when Buff and Scorpio won the tag team titles. So they literally in WCW television had the titles for a day. They won them Saturday, lost this pay-per-view match Sunday, which is kind of weird.
Damn.
Like, why even do it? Why even have it on? Like, why not have it as a non-title match and give them the titles on the pay-per-view?
Run. Give them
like, what a run. Like, literally, I'm sure like when they taped it, it was months prior, right? So they had to like keep the secret that they were the champions. But to win the belts on Saturday on a pre-taped show and then lose it on Sunday is like peak WCW stupidity.
Yeah.
It's a very weird decision.
I guess it was because everything was pre-taped. They kind of had a plan.
And there was no like internet. It was harder for stuff to leak out, right? Like, I get it, but still, it's just a weird decision.
Bizarre. Very bizarre decision. I do want to point out, too, that Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio are joined by Teddy Long wearing a phenomenal do-rag.
Yo, he used to wear the do-rags all the time back in the day.
Do-rag with the suit.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He's wearing a blazer, a blue blazer, like a royal blue blazer, and a do-rag. Pretty tough. Shit is pretty tough. Also, Buff Bagwell. I'm going to call him Buff Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell. That's who he is.
I'm at Marcus Bagwell. Buff Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio are wearing black and orange matching tights for Halloween. So
yeah,
they kind of
they live the gimmick.
They live the gimmick. It's also Buff Bagwell's only his second year in wrestling, which maybe that makes sense why they didn't keep the belts on them.
Right,
long.
he was a young guy. He didn't really hit big till he was like Buff Bagwell. Remember, like in the 90s.
I mean,
remember,
and big is even that was even like kind of using. Like, he was like a mid card guy. He never.
Yeah,
was
but didn't his mom like come in?
Yeah,
Judy Bagwell, right? That was her name, Judy Bagwell.
They put her in a cage. Remember that in the Shark Tank thing, and hung her above the ring. Didn't he have a match like? I
think it was against Scott Steiner, right?
Yeah, and they put his mom in the cage above the ring.
Judy
Ridiculous.
Bagwell in a cage.
Bagwell, Mama Bagwell in a cage.
He just came back. He's having a match in TNA.
Doesn't he have one foot?
He has one fucking foot.
Wait, he's wrestling?
He's wrestling in TNA. I think he's wrestling against that Frankie Kazarian guy at like the next pay-per-view. He's got one fucking foot and he's wrestling. I mean, listen, good for him. If
Texas Tornado had one foot and no one knew. So crazy.
Wild.
Crazy. Good for Buff Bagwell.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lot of personal demons. Glad to see.
Yeah, and he overcame him. Good for him.
Yeah, good for Buff Bagwell. Speaking of Buff Bagwell, he kisses Missy Hyatt, or as Jesse Ventura says, a Halloween kiss from Bagwell.
Yeah, what's a Halloween kiss?
I don't know. But I'll get one. Sure, I'll take it. I'll take a Halloween kiss if anyone wants to give me one. The crowd is saying, "Whoop, there it is."
Whoop,
a lot
there it is for the Nasty Boys.
Whoop, there it is. We get a lot of that. There's a couple of little. This match, there was a lot of shit going on in this match. I guess because they both had managers. It's a tag match. The Nasty Boys are super colorful characters.
Yeah, they're great heels. They're awesome heels.
They're great. I mean, at one point, I think Missy Hyatt smacks the shit out of Buff Bagwell. Like, smacks the shit out of him. Brian Knobbs suplexes Buff Bagwell clean.
Yeah, very good.
One of the best suplexes is in this fucking match. I was like, God damn. And like, you look at Brian Knobbs and you're not like, this guy's not.
You know, he's not like a technical guy,
but
right?
My
like he's just a big dude. Yo, he hits him with a clean.
For guys with bellies, they move.
Yeah,
they move like they're enjoying life and wrestling. Good.
I mean, they're probably roided up too, just not like they're on roids, but they're also like drinking a 12-pack of beer on the road, so they're not they're jacked.
They're powered by Bush beer. They're not powered by. They're powered by Coors. Not even light. The beige can. That's what those guys are powered by. Clean suplex from Brian Knobbs. Missy Hyatt and Teddy Long both take a bump. Too Cold Scorpio takes a boot to the back of the head. Like, there's a lot of moving parts to this match, but the Nasty Boys win. They win the tag team belts back. It's the Nasty Boys. No pit stop. I want to share a little behind the scenes information here.
There we go.
I Googled when they started doing that move because when I was watching this, I remember as a kid when they were in WWF getting a kick out of anyone getting the pit stop.
Of course. It was you're a kid. You're going to love that shit.
Now, if you don't know what the pit stop is, basically what the Nasty Boys would do is they would grab their opponent. Ugh. And then the other Nasty Boy would raise their arm and they would grab the opponent's head and face and shove it into the other Nasty Boy's armpit. They weren't
called the hygienic boys, right?
No,
they were the nasty
boys. Lots of boogers and armpits and things and smells and stuff was their gimmick. But they didn't do it in this match and I was like, when did they start doing that? And from what I gather, and again, I'm taking this from the internet, it was when they went to WWF after this or before this. It might have been before this or after this. I'm not sure. Because I think they were in WWF before 93.
Yeah, right. Because that's when Knobbs and Hogan became best buds.
So there's a chance that maybe they just stopped it a little bit when they joined WCW or vice versa. Yeah. I don't know. But no pit stop in this match. At least I didn't notice it, right?
No, there was no pit stop. You're not going to miss a pit stop.
Dude, when I was a kid, I loved the pit stop.
I remember in the WWF Sega game, you could do the pit stop with the tag team.
Yes.
But obviously it was 16-bit sprites that didn't look cool.
I mean, you could still do it though. So you were hyped to be able to do the pit stop. Yeah. So I was just mad. I forgot they did not do I forgot about that. I remembered they did it and then I realized, wait a second, they're not doing it here. Come on. I'm sure they're doing it. I guarantee they're still doing. I wonder if they're still wrestling.
Are they still alive, both of them? I think they're dead.
Maybe. I think Brian Knobbs is around. Damn, we're putting them in the grave. Let's keep it moving.
It's too hard to keep. It sucks to keep track of this stuff because these wrestlers, they all die young.
Yeah. Moving on. Match number 6. Future Hall of Famer this year.
He is. Yep.
This year. They're putting him in after he passed away, which is a bummer. They dropped the ball with that, but that's what
his family said that they're They're not doing a speech or anything.
So terrible that they waited for the guy to pass away. But that's what WWE. They're a big corporation. They're all about the Benjamins. They're not about caring about the wrestlers. Honor. Yes. But we've got Sid Vicious, aka Psycho Sid, versus
aka Sid Justice.
Sid Justice as well. Yes, you're right. I missed the third name. Versus Sting. And I just want to point out that Sid Vicious is joined by Colonel Parker.
Colonel Parker.
Colonel Parker. He's on his side because he does come in. He does play into the match.
He does.
Again, very David versus Goliath. I mean, Sting was no small man, but he looked dwarf like a dwarf in comparison to Psycho Sid. Lots of bear hugging in this match from, Sid Vicious to Sting. Wasn't a very long match. This is kind of a quick match for Sting. We get, the greatest hits. We get a couple Sting splashes in the match.
They go into the crowd at one point. It gets a little hardcore.
It was a match that you can tell they didn't want to have Sting beat Sid Vicious clean.
Yeah.
So they
wanted Sid to be the guy.
Well, they wanted him to be the guy a couple times.
Fucked it up. He fucked it up.
Yeah.
So right after this, the plan was for Sid to go on to the main event scene, right? But they went on their European tour, and that was the infamous tour where him and Arn Anderson stabbed each other.
Yeah.
They got in that huge fight. So this was the end of Sid's WCW run, this match.
Which is crazy
because they were on the European tour, and then him and Arn got suspended for fucking stabbing each other, being drunk and fighting. And then Sid was gone. He went back to WWF.
Crazy. Just that's and then this is not even a great match to show off that he was going to be a big deal. The Colonel Parker gets involved. He accidentally, because he's a fucking moron, grabs Psycho Sid Vicious's leg. And then Sting takes advantage and pins Sid for the win. It's a great
you can tell that the plan was, again, for Sid to go on to be the babyface because he gets pissed off at Parker after the match.
I was just I was surprised at how short this match was.
Yeah, it was only 9 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe,
if that. Yeah. I mean, it's a short match. It's one of the shorter matches on the card. All right. Match number 7, second to last.
Is this where you got confused? A little bit?
Yes, with the belt situation. I'll let you explain to that after I gush about a couple of things here.
Oh, this is a fucking good one.
Match number 7. We've got the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Got to do it every single time. Woo! Every time you say his name, you got to do it. With Fifi, who I forgot about Fifi, the maid. Forgot about
Gotta
her.
have Fifi.
I forgot that Ric Flair at this point, because this is after Flair left WWF, after winning the Royal Rumble in 92.
Yeah, right. That's
ship.
right. This is the year after.
And they gave him Fifi. WCW gave him Fifi the maid. I forgot about her. I think she was only with him for a year or something like that. It wasn't a long thing.
It wasn't a long stay for them. Because I think maybe 94, 95 is when he did the Horseman in WCW.
Yes, it was right after that. But yes, Nature Boy Ric Flair with Fifi versus personal favorite of mine, Ravishing Rick Rude.
One of the best mustaches in the business.
One of the best everything.
Ever.
Dude was juiced as well.
Yeah, another guy. But a body guy. That's what they say in wrestling, right? A body guy. My man, aesthetically,
yes,
cut to shit, shredded.
And I want to, dude, in my notes right now, in all caps, what I remember about this match, and I was questioning myself, and I'll get into that in a second. Rick Rude's gear, fan-fucking-tastic.
He always had great gear.
But the
airbrush tights, oh god.
But the fact that this is Halloween gear, makes it even better because it's me. I'm this is great. So Rick Rude's gimmick was to always put his opponent's faces on the gear. That's something he would do when he would go up against somebody.
It was an intimidation thing, right?
So he put Ric Flair's face on it. He had Fifi's on one side, Flair's on the other one, and then scribbled on each side, he has the words "trick or treat, you're dead meat." But the creme de la creme, and this is coming from a heterosexual man, and this is why I say I'm questioning myself here while I'm watching this and Googling images of his gear for this episode. He's got a jack-o'-lantern on his ass. Just a big airbrush.
Very symmetric, though. Like
very
half
symmetrical.
on one cheek, half on the other cheek. Very symmetrical.
And as they say in the hood, pause. I Googled this. I freeze framed to find a photo.
You did. You texted me.
And I put it in the
a
Haunted
wonderful
Hangover
photo
story.
of Rick Rude's ass.
Ass with the jack-o'-lantern on it. Chef's kiss. It's
great. Great gear.
Great gear. Great ass. There you go. Great. He's doing squats.
This is a championship match too.
So yes, get back to that. We're moving on from Rick Rude's ass.
We're moving on from Rick Rude's tush
to Rick Rude's ass with the jack-o'-lantern on it. What? So he was the champion.
The NWA champion.
So this is what. So they had two belts.
Yeah, it's weird. It was like because it was the former NWA title, right? Not 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah, it
or
wasn't,
whatever they call it.
Which was Raven was the champ. Not Raven. Vader was the Raven.
Vader was the big gold belt.
Yes.
The WCW champion.
Yes.
This was the World Heavyweight Championship. That's how they announced it. Which is super
like
weird.
It was the NWA
it was like
belt.
it's the former NWA title, but it was
WCW
like
was spawned from NWA, right? So
they said that, and they said it in commentary earlier in the night too, that because it was a European title, it couldn't be defended there, and it had some weird shit that Ventura said, like it had to be defended in America. And because it was no longer recognized in America as a world championship, but it had to be defended in Europe. But then, like, why are you defending it on the pay-per-view in America as a world title? It was just a weird thing. I feel like they were just like, winging it to have the belt in the match because it plays into the match.
I mean, you've got Ric Flair and Rick Rude in a match, so I guess it's like two of the best. You got to have a belt. But this match is great. It was a lot of fun. We get Rick Rude doing his pelvic thrust towards Fifi. He loved doing that, waving his ding-a-ling.
We didn't mention special guest referee.
Oh yes, Terry Taylor with the
Red Rooster.
The Red Rooster.
Stupid fucking thing.
Yes, you're right. I forgot.
They announced him earlier in the night, earlier in the night.
Yeah, I even said Terry Taylor, he stops the count at one point because there's like a double ref bump in this match.
Yes, yeah. The actual ref comes in, the real referee.
Yeah, the real ref.
What's his name? Nick Patrick? Is that the guy, right?
Yes.
A senior WCW official?
Yeah, we've got two ref bumps in this, so you're right. Terry Taylor's in it. Fun match, a lot of fuckery.
That's three matches in a row.
Yes.
Well, not in a row because the tag team match is in between, but three matches with shit finishes.
Yeah, this is basically Rick Rude wins by disqualification.
Yeah,
because Flair cheats. Like he uses a foreign object. He's got like I don't know if it's a brass knuckle or a piece of metal or something. He pulls out, and then
it's
at
a
one
long
point,
match too. This one's a little bit longer,
especially
like compared to the Sting match.
Yeah, they go out. Well, Sting and Sid Vicious went outside briefly to the crowd and then come back quickly. But yeah, this match was longer, but it's for a belt, which makes sense.
And it's a co-main event too, right?
Yeah, It was a way to keep this belt on Rick Rude, basically. It was like, all right, we don't want to switch the belt just yet. This is Halloween Havoc, so we'll keep it on him. I do like that at the end, because Flair obviously cheated to try to win. He thought he won. He grabs Rude's belt, walks off with it, and then Rick Rude grabs Fifi, like grabs her, like
he grabs that girl,
like aggressively, and then walks her up the ramp towards the entrance, towards the Halloween Havoc entrance.
Yeah,
and then I think like Flair runs up behind him, hits him with the belt, and it's like it was a messy ending, but it's Flair and Rick Rude. And Rick Rude's gear is like top tier, 100%. So All right. Main event time. Match number 8.
And what a main event it is.
It is quite the main event. We've got
damn.
Vader, the champion. Again, I was confused by this because
He's the WCW heavyweight champion.
Does he even come out with the belt?
I don't think so.
No, that's why I was like, and I didn't want to go down a rabbit hole and figure out this all out. I'm glad you did.
I don't think it's not for the belt.
No, it's
the
not.
Match. It's just
But you would think he would come out with the belt. The champions
Right,
always come out with the belt. But I guess it was just like a grudge match that the two of them wanted to have. But still, Vader was the champion.
Yes.
Weird. So Vader, champion with Harley Race versus Cactus Jack, Mick Foley. Hard hitting.
Yo, they beat the shit out of each other.
I literally in my
Stiff
notes.
as fuck.
Stiff as fuck. We get some color in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
From, I think Vader's cut first. No, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack is cut first, I think, and then Vader. Or one of the, obviously, either way. But they're both bleeding in the first minute of this match. You get chair shots to the head. Legit to the head, hard
whack
way.
the shit out of each other.
You get tables. You get a taser at one point.
He gets, Vader gets DDT'd, like the Mick Foley DDT onto the chair at one point. Yo, it looks rough for Vader, like right on the dome, right on the top of the dome.
This was 93, so this was like a crazy ass Mick Foley and a crazy ass Vader. So like
also,
crazy
like for
Cactus Jack, crazy
93,
Vader.
this is incredibly violent for like mainstream wrestling at the time.
Yeah,
like this is pre ECW on any like mainstream outlet. This is like two dudes who came from strong style Japan beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, 100%. I have a couple things in my notes here I want to highlight. So love that the two of them go up. They use the entrance ramp with all the Halloween decorations and fight there. At one point, Mick Foley takes Vader and they fall into a grave. Yeah. There's a grave on the stage. They fall right into it. And then you see like Vader climbing out of it. And then Jesse Ventura compares it to like Night of the Living Dead and then calls them both ugly.
Yeah, I will say commentary sucked for this match.
Really?
I did not like, I think it's because they don't have a script, right? And they didn't know quite how to call a match this violent. Like, I feel like it doesn't land that these guys are beating the shit out of each other. Ventura, like, yeah, he's supposed to make jokes. He's the heel guy, but I feel like Shivani missed a bunch of shit in the calls on this too. I hated commentary on this match.
I mean, yeah, it was Tony Schiavone also seemed not lost, but just kind of like, yeah,
that's what it is. Like, I don't know that he got it. Like, I don't know. I was so mesmerized by
what they were doing. I wasn't even fucking paying attention. I literally caught Jesse Ventura's Night of the Living Dead comment and then calling both Cactus Jack and Vader ugly at the same time. I was just amused by that, comparing them to zombies. Another thing that Cactus Jack does is he throws a faux cactus that's on the stage at Vader.
Whips it at him.
Yeah, which is fitting considering he's Cactus Jack.
He's Cactus Jack.
There's also, and I want to know if you caught this or I'm bugging. So there's one moment in this fucking match, and I started laughing because I don't know if he was concussed or it wasn't supposed to happen. So Mick Foley, Mick Foley, I think this is after they run up to like the Halloween Havoc set. After the graveyard, after all that, Vader is in the crowd. Mick Foley runs because they used to have it was like railings, like metal railings. Right. This was not like the boxy, like guardrails. Mick Foley runs full steam ahead.
Yep.
And then just hits the railing and then topples over like he hurt himself. I was like, wait, what was the point of that?
So again, interesting bit of trivia. If you've ever read Have a Nice Day, Mick Foley's New York Times #1 bestseller.
Yeah.
He talks about this match. He was done with WCW at this point. He was actively trying to hurt himself to get out of WCW.
That makes sense.
And it makes fucking sense when you look back and you see like him and like the level of intensity that these two dudes are going at it with. It's because Foley was done, and he's probably fucking Potato Invader who's sending him receipts back. And he's trying to get hurt, but it didn't work. He wasn't out of WCW after this. He didn't get hurt.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck was he doing?
Yeah.
He literally, dude.
He just runs.
Vader is like 4 or 5 feet away from the railing. So
Yeah.
it wasn't even like Cactus Jack was trying to like run and then he was trying to jump over the railing and hit Vader. You know, Mick Foley was a big dude. He was never going to launch himself that far. So he just runs, hits the railing, and then
just flops right over it.
Dude, I was in tears. I was like, what the hell was he doing? But now what you told me makes sense. He was trying to get hurt and I guess get out of his contract or whatever. Yeah. Ridiculous match. Now knowing that bit of information, it kind of makes sense.
It makes it sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It makes it
also,
more
like,
amusing.
It's crazy to think like this was 6 years before he was like Mankind, 4 years before he was getting thrown off the Hell in the Cell. Like this dude really beat the shit out of his body.
This is before him like barking and shit with the half-shaved head like Mankind in the boiler room with the urn and Paul Bearer. This is a fun match. And look who's in the ring. You got Vader.
Solid main event.
You got Mick Foley.
Honestly, the only way that this show could have ended was this main event.
It's fun. I love that they utilized the Halloween Havoc set, like to make it feel like Halloween. Like, all right, they had a fake grave there that they jumped into. The fog was flowing. Yeah, I loved it. I loved Mick Foley throwing himself over the railing. Like, it's just amusing. Just overall, great match. It does end with Harley Race like tasering Cactus Jack. He springs to life. He DDTs Harley Race. But in the end, Vader takes advantage.
Vader wins out. He can't get the 10
like
count.
You said, there's a lot of fuckery in this. Like, a lot of people getting
almost
involved.
All the matches have a fucking shitty ending.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird just that they booked this show like this way, just to have all the fuckery happen. All right. To close things out here. Favorite match, Chris?
I gotta go with the main event. Easy. Main event. It's
I think we'll both agree that the main event is kind of like the highlight of the whole pay-per-view.
If I had to pick something outside of the main event, I'm going Bulldog and Regal, even though I hate the finish.
Really?
Just because of how good they both are in the ring. Like, they're great fucking wrestlers. And they put on a good fucking show together. Like, you can tell when dudes have good wrestling chemistry together, and these two, like, obviously do. And again, like we said before, Bulldog is fucking yoked, and watching him, like, I wouldn't say this was the peak of his career. He was still kind of early, right? Like, 95, 96, like, that was the peak, right? But he was a fucking specimen, and he's just fun as fuck to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there with you. The Texas Death Match is obviously like what this pay-per-view is remembered for, and is the most entertaining of all the matches because of all the crazy shit these two guys beating the shit out of each other, the two of them. I would say the Nasty Boys tag match with Buff Bagwell and Two Cold Scorpio is probably my second. I just enjoyed it. I mean, it's a little sloppy because there's like two managers. It's a tag match. You know, Buff Bagwell was really early in his career, but
he was green.
Yeah. I just got a kick out of the Nasty Boys. You know, honestly, put it on a pretty solid tag match, but it's the Nasty Boys, so it's not surprising. And then Teddy Long's do-rag. Come on. That's, you got Teddy Long's do-rag. Yeah. Tag team player. Tag match player.
What's your least favorite match, though?
Which is next on the list. I'm glad you say that. So my least favorite, and I hate to say this, but probably the Sid Vicious Sting match. Two guys I like and respect. I just didn't like. I don't know. I was kind of bored watching it.
All right.
I mean, the only other one I was probably bored watching was like the opening, but I was amused by like Ice Train.
The goofiness of it. Yeah.
I was amused by the choo choo choo, like the audience saying choo choo. So probably Sid Vicious, and I love Sid Vicious and Sting, but yeah, I don't know. I was a little bored by the match. I was a little underwhelmed considering who's in the ring, and we know both of those men have had bangers.
Oh,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? So that was probably my least favorite. What's your least favorite?
You said it. The opening contest. I just think it was a fucking unnecessary mess. That could have been a dark match. Kane and Cole.
Kane and Cole. You didn't like Kane and Cole?
No, they got Teddy Long like a year later as their manager.
Yeah, player.
Then Sharmell. Like they obviously hit their stride, right? And they became a fucking great tag team. But they're just nothing about that match needed to happen at all.
Sonny was never there. No, Sonny was with Legion
LOD.
of Doom. Yeah, she was Legion of Doom. Yeah. Talk about Sonny another day. So that was your least favorite. Favorite moment
for sure.
Favorite moment or thing about the pay-per-view?
The intro, 100%.
Yes.
Absolute favorite. Because, like I said, that fucking creature design just was really cool. Like for WCW to have a great creature, I don't think WWF has ever had in their entire history a creature design of something that cool.
They've never shown like love to the holiday like WCW has. Like whoever created the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view and kind of the whole gimmick of the show being, right before Halloween and decorating and all that stuff, like whoever, someone loved the holiday and they put love into that and effort, considering that cold open is like an entire 5-minute produced.
It's like an anthology series.
It's like a short
episode.
film, basically.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite thing. But if I had to pick something else so that we can not focus on that, you know what I'm going for?
Rick Rude's ass.
Rick Rude's ass. Rick Rude's gear. That's what I'm going for. And his jack-o'-lantern ass. It's fantastic. Pause. It's great. It's great. Rick Rude's ass with the pumpkin on it. I mean, dude, it's amazing.
That's the poster for the episode. Just Rick Rude's ass with the Haunted Hangover logo over it.
You best believe that's gonna be. His ass is gonna be somewhere on the screen right now and in the art because that's one of Louis' favorite things.
Logo that floats around the screen, the sleep logo. It's just Rick Rude's ass for the entire episode.
Just his ass is gonna be there. I mean, do you disagree?
No. Great gear. Great ass.
Like Al Pacino once said in Heat. Great ass. Least favorite thing about the entire pay-per-view. Not a match, just something you wish they would have done better.
Like I said, and I said it before, I wish that when they did the spin the wheel thing, in the moment, there was more to it. Yeah, I feel like that the moment was a little awkward. They should have had like flashing lights. Imagine like as they're doing the wheel spinning.
Maybe
nothing. There was nothing. It was dead silent until the fireworks. But imagine like a creepy, like, demonic laugh or a little girl laugh or something. It would have added to the Halloween aspect of it that I think was missing in that moment.
I agree. And just kind of piggyback off of that, and I said it earlier, I wish more matches utilize the wheel.
Yeah.
Like they could have done like have 8 matches, maybe 3 of them use the wheel.
It's weird that the gimmick was literally only used one time in the entire night.
Like to put together this whole elaborate thing, this whole
because there are a lot of choices on the wheel too, and so you leave all those choices on the table by not having
one match
in any other match.
I mean, I like that they gave it like its own intermission where Vader came out, the whole presentation of him spinning the wheel. But it would have been nice if maybe 1 or 2 other matches utilized the wheel, like the tag match, or it couldn't have been Rick Rude and Ric Flair because that was right before the main event. Right. But maybe the Sting and Sid Vicious match.
Or like Austin and Dustin, like that would have been a good one to have a little stipulation on or something.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they didn't use the wheel. And this is not the only time they use the wheel, so that's why I'm just surprised it just wasn't used more. That's kind of my least favorite thing about it, because I agree, it would have added more Halloween, like the holiday fused into the pay-per-view, into the event. Also, listen, I know they did it before, but the orange and black ropes, ring ropes, just it's a nice touch. I hate when they don't like when it's just a regular ring. I like when they add little elements to the ring. You know, they put the Halloween Havoc banners everywhere, and they have the beautiful stage every year. But yeah, it would have been cool to kind of have the black. I'm a sucker. I forget what year it was. They had the black and orange ring ropes.
I think that
it was either
92.
the ropes or the post. I forget which one. It was either the ropes or the post. Something was black and orange for Halloween. Did I say black and orange or black and green? I'm trying to remember. Black and orange. Yeah. So that's my one thing. It's like a little bit more Halloween juice. I get it. You're a wrestling event. Half these guys don't give a shit. But for people that do love Halloween, and there's a lot of people that watch these pay-per-views as a tradition. Tony Schiavone says it, Halloween tradition every year. I like that the announcers are wearing the costumes. I like that Eric Bischoff's wearing a costume. I like the stage, but just a little bit maybe in the ring, and have the holiday have more representation in the matches themselves. And some of the wrestlers, come on, guys, they did a little more effort in the gear. That's why Rick Rude outshined all of them.
That's why his Tushy stole the show.
The pumpkin ass. Come on, guys. Just top tier. Final thoughts, Chris. Halloween Havoc, 1993.
I think we said it earlier. I would put this like in the middle of Halloween Havocs. I don't think it was the best one, but I don't think it was the worst one. There was a lot of stuff that I enjoyed. There was some stuff that I didn't quite understand or enjoy. But I think like if I were a kid watching this live in 1993 on a Sunday night, I would have been pumped to go to school the next day and talk about it.
Like, did you look at Rick Rude's ass?
No, but like a 1993 kid would have still loved that fucking Sting match, right?
Oh,
like,
no, of
that
course.
was the dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I said, Sting was for the kids. I think, again, he was underutilized on this pay-per-view, but whatever. My final thoughts. I have not watched this pay-per-view in a while. Funny enough, I have a t-shirt for this event.
This one? Really?
Yeah, I have a t-shirt that has Cactus Jack and Vader and has the wheel in the front. You've probably seen me wear it before.
Interesting.
I've watched it, man, at least 2 times in my life. It's fun. Couple duds. Main event makes up for it. Rick Rude's gear, top tier, next level. Makes the whole thing worth viewing. Just a fun Halloween-themed Halloween Havoc wrestling event. I'd recommend it. I agree with you. It's somewhere in the middle, not top tier.
Like upper middle.
Yeah, not crap, because there is one I think we haven't covered it yet later on that's pretty rough. There's barely any Halloween in it at all.
Yeah.
And I hate that one. And I'm sure one day we'll get to it and talk all kinds of shit about that Halloween Havoc. But I think it's a good place to start. I think the order we've covered them in, the Chambers of Horror one, the 97 one, which is known for its wrestling, 95 for the monster trucks. Mm-hmm. This fits in between, which is funny because it's 93, 95. Yeah. I mean, the Halloween was full blown in 95 with the monster trucks and all that crazy shit, but I think it has some good Halloween vibes, some decent wrestling, and Rick Rude's ass. And we'll leave it at that.
For the second year in a row, the gigantic wheel will return as Halloween Havoc presents Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal, one of the most bizarre matches here in World Championship Wrestling.
So that was WCW Halloween Havoc 1993. Be sure to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, all that good stuff at Haunted Hangover. Head over to hauntedhangover.com, where you can find links to everything, including our Patreon page, where if you want to show us a little support, sprinkle a little love, you can gain access to bonus content. Rate and review us. It would be greatly appreciated. And as always, remember, the best cure for a hangover is...
more booze. Oh, yeah.
He wasn't here yet. He wasn't there. He wasn't even there. He's come up before, though, on the show. Terrible impression of the Macho Man, brother. Put a little Hogan.
Of the crop, brother.
Put a little Hogan there at the end. Catch you guys later.